Luis Ortiz. We made so many offers to Luis Ortiz to fight him. I think one was like, I remember the amount, 5 million, 6 million, whatever it was. And they wouldn't fight him. So don't worry about Anthony Joshua fighting anyone. He will fight anyone. Now, he's come on to me and said, look, find out what's happening with Usyk, but if I have an interim fight, here are some of the names that we like, and let's make them some offers and let's progress. AJ was talking last night about Ortiz, Wilder, a southpaw, the same as Usyk might make sense. Joe Joyce, AJ talks about Deontay Wilder. Probably, I think if you said to AJ right now, who's your top choice, I think he'd probably go for Deontay Wilder. It's a big fight. I mean, it's not an interim fight, is it? Let's be honest. It could be a bigger fight than Alexander Usyk.
AJ is supposed to be taking an interim fight. That means Cupcake City. But I don't see how people hate on Anthony Joshua. He doesn't take any soft touches. Eddie Hearn wanted him to take a soft touch in the interim fight. Josh was not having it. And you heard Eddie Hearn. He says, we offered Luis Ortiz a fight plenty of times, and he was turned down. This is for Deontay Wilder and his fanboys saying no one wants to fight Luis Ortiz. Obviously, they meant to say, except Anthony Joshua. Out of those 4 choices, most fight fans want to see Deontay Wilder against Anthony Joshua. But I think the best choice for Anthony Joshua as far as training for Usyk is Otto Wallin, the southpaw that gave Tyson Fury all he can handle. Myself, as a fight fan, I'd rather see Anthony Joshua against Deontay Wilder as long as he's mentally ready for this fight. I just don't want to hear any excuses from his fanboys. Before the fight, they're going to be talking crap, talking about, well, Deontay Wilder's going to knock AJ out in 4 rounds. And then once he gets to the ring, if AJ sparks him out in 4 rounds, well, they're going to say, well, Tyson Fury already ruined him. AJ took his leftovers. But my vote is Deontay Wilder. That's the fight I want to see if he's ready. But those 4 choices ain't bad for interim fights. Luis Ortiz, Joe Joyce, Deontay Wilder, Otto Wallin. For any other heavyweight, those are big fights. For AJ, those are interim fights, and I commend them for it. Hate if you want to, but if you're an honest boxer fan, you know AJ is facing the best in the division.
Man, I'm going to say this, man. People going to hate me for saying this. I don't care because I'm bold. Like, I take risks. I'm a risk taker. I say what's on my mind. I feel like if Canelo was my way, I feel like I would beat Canelo. I feel like my style, distance, I'm a boxer. Same way Floyd picked him apart, I would do the same. So that's my honest opinion. People can take it how they want to. So Canelo could tell him whatever he wants.
So Shakur Stevenson said he's not concerned about Valdez getting help from Canelo because he says if we're at the same weight, I beat Canelo like Floyd Mayweather did. I will pick him apart. Unlike the Charlos, I like Shakur Stevenson. He wants to fight the best, he wants to be the best, and he's very confident. But before you talk about beating Canelo, can you beat Oscar Valdez first? At least beat Oscar Valdez first? I mean, we got Shakur Stevenson, who's in a big fight with Oscar Valdez, talking about if Canelo was at his weight, he would beat him. Teofimo Sr. talking about, my son's the only one I can see beating Canelo in 3 or 4 years, or whatever he said. And his son is still recovering from that loss. And then you got Jermell Charlo, who a lot of people thought he lost the first fight against Brian Castano. They thought it was a robbery. And you talk about outboxing Canelo like Floyd Mayweather. Maybe you should try outboxing Castano like Mayweather before you start talking about Canelo. These fools are ridiculous. Anyway, who would you like AJ to fight? Is it Wallin, Luis Ortiz, Deontay Wilder, or Joe Joyce? My vote is Wilder. And what do you think about Shakur Stevenson's comments? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Jay Beezy, I'm gone.